Hello everyone, welcome back to That Catholic Gamer Dude Plays. This is The Police. Where we left off, Jack Boyd came out of his coma, and now it is day 59, after being just about day 30, so we lost basically almost an entire month. We got ourselves a smoking new sports rod, though. Vandal did not come into work today. Soap did not come into work today. Strong didn't come into work today. Holy crud. Okay, I'm too tired. I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home? Yes. I'm too tired. I can hardly work straight. Can I go home today? What the heck? I might get some terrible heartburn this morning. Better go home if I lie down. No. My dog died yesterday and I'm just terribly depressed. Can I go home? No. I'm too tired. Yes. Alright, so who is still on the force? This is going to be interesting. We're going to give, because Samadhi showed up for work today, we're going to give him a bar. This is going to be tough. Here we go. Oh, cassette players too. Wow. All right. This is something else. Huh. Coming soon, coming soon. There's no cassette. That's weird. All right. Let's see here. Original Careless Love, Bob Barnard and Friends, Blues for Mr. T, Fire in the Barn. Interesting. Whiskey Tinged, Back in Business. That sounds appropriate. Let's go ahead and go with that. This is going to be awful. This is all we have for today. Henry Sand turned out to be a member of a gang known as the Sands. Oh, really? What a shock. He could help you take down the gang and if you make him an informant. Sure. Chief, the suspect is denying everything. If you want to get this guy, well, we have to loosen his tongue. Proceed. Jack, you've started looking at members of the Mafia. You'll have to be careful. If they find out about this, you're dead. The worse your relationship with the Mafia, the more likely they'll start to suspect something's wrong. Let's see. Let's interrogate Henry Sand. Let's see. We have prepared a file on the suspect. The information we have gathered will help identify his weak points and use them during the interrogation. When asking questions, be careful. If you screw up too many times, the suspect will likely refuse to cooperate. We'll either have to give up or resort to extreme measures. Let's see. Henry Sand, male, he was born with a defective heart valve. His doctors have urged him to avoid any sort of strong physical exertion. Additional info. Henry Sand wanted to be a football player, but was doing well on the school team, but a weak heart prevented him from playing football on a professional level. Sports taught Henry how to endure physical pain, never cared much for his studies, family connections in college, as there was, and he met his future wife. He had a daughter, Mary Ann, and Henry started to work for the Sands parking garage. One day, he fell asleep at the wheel and flew off the road to the river, nearly drowned his wife and daughter. His fierce stress of this experience developed aquaphobia. 41, Henry Sand was initiated into family business and started managing the transportation side of the Sand Mafia organization. His daughter is a successful ballerina, and Henry likes to talk about her talent. When he was 49 years old, he suffered a heart attack and was briefly declared clinically dead. He now wears a pacemaker on his chest. In his chest. Henry Sand's medical bills have driven him into debt. He's always thought the family wasn't paying him enough, but unlike some people he could name, he never goes behind his boss's back or skims off the top. I saw your daughter at the premiere of Giselle. She was gorgeous. I know you work with my hubby. I'll put you behind her. John Pazzi was a scumbag and deserved to die. Let's see. Yes, my wife and I are very proud of Mary Ann. So far, so good. Hey, think about your family. What happened if you go to jail for avenging your daughter? Who will pay for her medical bills? Let me tell you how it happened. You pull an untraceable car out of Flea Bigos. You track down John Pazzi, run him down, then get rid of the car. What if you go to jail for avenging your daughter? Who will pay for her medical bills? Don't remind me. Those doctors are worse than vampires. Let's see. Be a man, take responsibility for what you did. Your heart won't be able to handle prison. You've already nearly died once. Let's go ahead with that. Don't worry. I've been on this before. I know how to survive. I know some people in your organization are skimming money off the top here. Any stories about that? Well, I did hear one story. I hereby swear that George Sand stole some antiquated guns and pocketed the money that the Sand family allocated for their purchase. Alright, so we can go ahead and open up an investigation into the Sand family. Our reward at the top is Christopher Sand. So let's go ahead and start to investigate. Let's see. Freeburg Central Railway Station. George Sand has stolen some weapons from the station warehouse. These are weapons bought from the Second World War, which the authorities of Freeburg would rather see in a museum. Let's go ahead and turn her on, and then let's put Beasley on the back there. City Hall. Jack, while you were in the hospital, a hunt was declared on all cops. It's like all the criminals in the city suddenly went savage. They're cornering officers one by one and beating them to death. Our boys have started refusing to ride out on calls alone. When the situation was really bad, even two will refuse to go. Alright, request for City Hall. I've earned 10% more. I can hire one more detective. We'll come back to that in a minute. I think people have been quitting left and right. Look at this. This is a disaster. What has the deputy been doing all this time? Okay, I can improve the SWAT team. We'll work 3 times, increase efficiency by 50%. Yes, we'll go ahead and do that. So Mafia, sale of automatic weapons. I'm going to take everything. Let's go ahead and open this up. Vandalism. Passerby saw 3 teenagers setting fire to a parked car. According to eyewitness, you can still catch them. They're just walking down the street. Not even in a hurry. Okay. Oh, let's see. I'm going to send Mr. Beard. So cool. And Samadhi. Just gonna go ahead and start the day with that. City Hall. We can make requests again. We're gonna make requests for everything. Yeah. The police station. We can hire an officer and so we got a crew here. Birch is just exhausted. He's at home at the moment. Half of our staff is not here. The staff that is coming back is somewhat tired. May have to immediately hire somebody for Shift B. So we will hire Michael Shaw. We'll go ahead and put him on. And then for the detectives, Shift B is coming on shift. So we're going to hire some... Teresa Weaver for Shift B as well, and we'll shuffle the cards a little bit afterwards. We're already in a bit of a sticky situation, though. The King Louis nightclub. Got another investigation up. I'm gonna have to hold off on that until people actually arrive and the investigation starts. Investigation has started. We got another report coming in. We'll go back to that in a second. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Good stuff. And then we can go ahead and we'll have to wait until the leads come back. Great. Investigations. 9/11 in progress. Theft, Everyday Mall. Everyday Mall. I didn't even notice that until now. Everyday Mall. Security guard noticed a suspicious group of teenagers hiding things under their jackets as they walked past the checkout. We asked them to stop. The teenagers scattered in all directions. Then ran out of the store into the parking lot. The guard called the police, says they could not have gone far. We will send Cecil and Medford. Go ahead and take care of that situation. Investigations has started. This really stinks because I really should have thought this through a little bit more. There we go. Nope. Nope. Oh, great. Oh, wait. When the investigations come back. Is that details? Detectives. Detectives. We're going to pull Beasley off. Put him back on. And put him on lead for this one. And then let's go ahead. Go back into the ghetto. An unidentified woman says that a strange surgeon is operating without a license for the basement of her house. He hardly looks like a real doctor. He's old, maybe senile, and always seems drunk. Gonna go ahead and Robbins and Samadhi. I'm gonna have to send these guys to like an informal barbecue or something because they have just really put in the effort for today. For the theft, offender caught, officers unharmed. Good stuff. Who's been managing this? Is it deputy? We're gonna talk to the deputy because he's just awful. I'll have to remember the next time to send a couple of these guys to an informal barbecue because their energy level is just ugh. Chinatown dormitory. Investigation into the drugs has started. We'll come back to that later. Whoa! In a dirty basement, a teetering old man is digging around inside a young man's ripped open stomach. Call an ambulance. Order the old man to slowly move away from the patient. Let's do that. Officer caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Except for the dude whose stomach is open. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the details for these. Nope. That's the wrong one. Details of the investigation. Gun runner. George Sand is lieutenant to the Sand Meat Mafia family. He manages the flow of arms. He buys the guns, sometimes steals them, and isn't above pocketing the boss's money. George Sand has a bad back, so he usually works with a strong-arm accomplice, which makes him even harder to take down. The warehouse isn't under guard. The door is closed with a padlock. The padlock on the door was broken with a pry bar. The rare rifles and bayonets, which hadn't been used during World War II, were on the second floor of the warehouse. The rifles were packed in long green boxes. Boxes were transferred to a truck with no plates, covered with a tarp, and moved out. The man behind the wheel was George Sand. Alright. Details for the drug case. Mr. Bates saw a little fella in a white jacket. He ordered the cherry juice, drank at the bar, and then went to the bathroom with some bearded guy. Thought they were just up for a little tickle. You know, you see a lot of that these days, really? Okay. What about the folks around the bearded guy with his nose in the toilet? I knew the guy in the jacket was up to no good. The man suffered a heart attack brought on by cocaine use. He lost consciousness, fell down, and hit his head. The man was rushed to intensive care. His condition is serious but stable. One of the booths had a broken toilet, and on the floor beneath was an empty cocaine bag sitting in a pool of blood. I saw a kid in a silly white jacket running out of the club. Ran like the devils were after him. Wish I had some of whatever he was on. No, you don't, because some dude ran face down into a toilet bowl. I was doing my eyes in the bathroom mirror, and I heard a terrible roar on the other side of the wall. Me and my friend wanted to see what was happening and found a drug addict lying on the floor. Of course we called an ambulance, but it might be better if he didn't make it. Those smelly druggies only stick up the air of our beautiful planet. Harsh. Okay. China rape at Chinatown dormitory. Student getting to his room. It was locked from the inside. Her muffled cries coming within. Sounded like someone was raping my girlfriend. We're gonna go ahead and dispatch Cecil and Beard. We're gonna keep Beard. Send Medford. We're so low on staff. It's not even funny. This game puts me in a vice as soon as I come out of a coma. Fortunately, we have a 50% more efficient SWAT. Alright, St. John's Hospital. Rape report. Girlfriend was just having a special moment with her new boyfriend. False alarm. I've kind of figured that. Homicide at St. John's Hospital. Nurse reports they saw an elderly woman cut off her husband's life support system after a car accident left him in a coma for months. I know his case was hopeless, but it's still murder, the greatest sin of all. According to the nurse, the woman has blocked off entrance to the ward. You know, okay, I'm gonna say this to developers. If you want to have a bit more nuance, it may be not best to, you know, try to, you know, stereotype then, because, you know, even Christians don't even say that murder is the greatest sin of all. There's a theological thing about that. So, but for right now, we're just going to send Robbins and Beard. So, just for the record. The game does, on occasion, tend toward a bit of religious piety stereotyping. It's not so much the cynicism that bothers me, it's more of the lack of understanding. Alright, let's see. Assault with an offensive weapon. A trucker just called in. He says a van stopped on the side of the road and 3 large men got out with shovels and someone fell to the ground, the back of the van. I think they had his hands tied up. They hit him in the head with one of the shovels and led him into the woods. I'm going to send Cecil and Samadhi, and we will send the SWAT. Chief, this is a joke, right? We can't go out there alone. Pick someone else. Oh. Okay, well, there we go. Homicide report. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Good stuff. Robbins and Beard are coming back. I thought by sending the SWAT I wouldn't have to send a 3rd officer, but I guess, you know, people are got the jitters. But now that Boyd is back in charge, we're taking care of the situation. The van is empty, but the engine is still warm. The area is silent and dark. Turn on a flashlight and run into the woods. Wait in an ambush near the van. Enter the forest, trying not to make any noise. Enter the forest, trying not to make any noise. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Good stuff. All right. Oof. It just doesn't end. An eyewitness reports that 5 armed men burst into a jewelry store. A series of gunshots followed, and a few minutes later, a girl staggered out of the store, bleeding from the stomach. She fell to the pavement, unconscious. We do not have that much time to return. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dang it. Can I send 2? Nope. That's not going to happen, unfortunately. Armed robbery report. Offender escaped. Civilian killed. Nuts. Drug sales report. Got 3 new frames for that. And then for the theft, I got 3 new frames for that. That is not enough to handle either of those investigations, I think. Details. Yeah, so we need at least 5 frames. And details. And 5 frames for that. So it's going to be a little while. Unfortunately, we were stretched thinner than we would have liked. Maybe I shouldn't have requested let all those requests for the days off go, but that was kind of rough. So that's the end of the day for that one. That was tough as nails. Shift A is done. Shift B is coming back. We will have to see who actually shows up for Shift B. Well, let's go ahead and put that on. Oh, okay, here we go.
Impressive recovery, Mr. Boyd. I'm still not happy about how soon you're back to work. Well, not happy as your doctor. As a resident of Freiburg, I'm immensely grateful for it.
Really?
Just don't tell anyone, or they'll pull my license.
Well, thank you again for coming to see me at night.
Oh, well, whatever you need, Mr. Boyd. Any doctor in this town would come running any hour, day or night, you can believe me. You're not suffering from headaches. It says here that you are taking painkillers after a back injury. But the prescribed dose is enough to...
Dr. Kraczynski, you trust me?
And, sorry?
Do you trust me?
In what way, Mr. Boyd?
You think I'm an honest and reasonable man, Doctor?
You're joking, Mr. Boyd. Thanks to you, my wife finally agreed to buy a house here, and we've decided to have children. Thanks to you, I'm not afraid to visit my patients at night. I think you are the most honest and reasonable person in the city, Mr. Boyd.
Great. You see, Dr. Kraczynski, I'm an addict.
Mr. Boyd, is...
Well, not a drug addict in the way you might imagine. I'm not some weak-willed junkie. Sometimes I stay clean so long that the tablets stay locked in the barn so long they go past the expiration date. But there are less pleasant stories.
You know what? Let's...
I once took a whole bottle right there in the barn. Passed out in my own vomit. I almost choked. I fought the convulsions, somehow managed to break 4 ribs. For 2 weeks my chest was so sore I wanted to die. But for those 2 weeks I kept swallowing pills. Couldn't stop.
If you want, I could...
I once took a dose right before a party at home. My wife Laura had some old friends over from college. I didn't take that many, maybe 5 or 6 pills, but it felt like I'd taken a few hundred. I passed out while I was carrying a tray of drinks. On the way down, I knocked over a set of Laura's scented candles. The house almost burned down. The repairs took a good chunk from our savings.
Mr. Boyd, if you'll allow me, I'd just...
As you can see, Doctor, I'm well aware of the seriousness of the situation and the possible consequences. But sometimes I need the pills. I don't use the word lightly. Sometimes I've got to work on cases with more energy than I've got. I can't do it without 'em. And I know you want me doing my job. So tomorrow I want you to come here and bring me some tablets. Lots of tablets. 10 bottles. No, better 15. Yeah, 15 bottles. The next 3 months are going to be extremely difficult, Doc.
I would like to discuss your...
You'll bring the pills, Doctor?
Yes, Mr. Boyd. Yes.
Very good. Look, I don't want to trouble you any further. I bet your family doesn't like you running away with me at night. I bet they'd rather I was still in that coma.
Well, then. Alright, day 60, I guess. fascinating. And that took a bit of a dark turn. I had always imagined Boyd would be kind of this, you know, he had like tiny vices. The pill addiction makes sense, but that kind of threat thing was definitely a dark turn. So we'll have to see. Kevin Paulson prepared to take helm at FPD. Mayor Rogers supports Kevin Paulson as next police chief. I trust my family. Trust my family. Rumor, Kevin Paulson, next Freeburg police chief. Mayor Rogers continues his commitment to nepotism. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm too tired. I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home? Yes. Too tired. I can hardly work straight. Can I go home? Yes. Batinsky's out. Say some of my relatives have come to visit. They're from another country and we've never met before. Can I take the day off? No. City officials want to demolish my house because of some bureaucratic error. If I don't resolve the problem today, my brother is going to find another place to live. Can I have the day off? Yes, but come in tomorrow. Too tired. I can hardly go home. Can I work straight? Yes. No. I need you, donut. No. Too tired, I can hardly wait. I need you, Yancy. Sorry. Padanga. No. I need some of my best here. What is up with Shift B? And why are there so many people on Shift B? This is a wreck. Alright, we're gonna have to go back and take a look at what's going on here. Let's go ahead and put up another song for the day. Blues from Mr. T. Okay, City Hall request. Approve the SWAT team. We'll work 3 times a day. Let's go ahead with that request. Hire 1 more officer. We'll come back to that. Request, you can hire one more detective. We will come back to that as well. My pay has increased. My share of the money. I'm going to take everything. And then for the investigations. Let's go ahead. We're going to go to affairs, police station. What is the deal with the lopsided... Shift A. Oh, that's right, because we hired 2 new people. I forgot that. Alright. So we're going to hire some folks for Shift A. Luka Chalvich. Let's go ahead and hire him for Shift A. And then we will hire a new detective. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Shift A. Alfonso de Lozar hires for Shift A. This sounds foreign. Alright, we'll see. Homicide in the ghetto. 2 teenagers were sitting on some steps and smoking. A black man approached and asked for a cigarette. Go ask somebody else. Monkey? Great. The adolescents responded. The man grew enraged, quickly pulled out a knife and drove it to the chest of one of the teens. According to the teenager who managed to escape, they took a cigarette, quietly sat down on the steps, and started smoking. Alright, so we're going to go and send Kachi and Griffith. And then... we don't have to send anybody else, but we will send... You know what? Kachi Griffith should be able to handle that. No, they're kind of tired, so we're going to send a 3rd one. I know you guys are exhausted. Here's all of the A. Let's go say affairs. Police station. We got that. Where'd he go? That's Yancey. I'm looking for Yancey. He's on Shift B. Yancey. Info. Oh, Beard Cell. No, it's Beard Cell. Why is he not on this list? Beard Cell is an alcoholic, which is... I think that's what that A means, right? Or something like that? Shaw, Batinsky, Robbins, J Boogie. I don't see him listed. That's weird. Wonder why I can't find him. Maybe I'm just blind. Donut, Ozaki, J Shaw, Batinsky, Robbins. I guess it's because he's a new hire that I can't see him. Assignments. What does that A mean? No, he's not a new assignment. I don't get that at all. Why can't I see him on the list? That's bizarre. Oh, there he is, right there. Shift A, info. Assignments was... I don't know what the A stands for. He says for 35 days, it's successful assignments. I don't know what's up with that, but let's just move on. Alright, residential area. Rape at a residential area. Morris Queen heard from a neighbor, apartment panicking, female voice cried help, I'm being raped, and according to him, all was quiet for a few seconds. Then I heard about laundry detergent and bleach, and some music started playing. That sounds a lot like a false alarm, but we're gonna send Austin and Donut just in case. Hopefully that doesn't go bad. Side report. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Good stuff. Come on back. Transformer vault. Electrician Jason Pruitt was conducting regular inspection at Transformer substation, found a dirty, hairy bum who pounced on him like a wild bear. The homeless man bit him pretty severely, ripping a piece of flesh from his hand. Electrician was stunned but managed to run away from the substation, leaving the suspect inside. Gonna go ahead and send Padanga Pangdana, I guess that's how you pronounce that, and Beard Cell. Maybe being a less of an alcoholic, maybe this will inspire him to turn around. Because Beard Cell was looking up. I think it's because we've broken up between Beard Cell and Beard. Turns out Mr. Queen's neighbors had just bought a new TV and were watching some horror movies at full volume. Figures. Because Beard Cell no longer has Beard to look up to, who was so cool. So carjacking at the city center. 2 teenagers were laying in wait for the paramedics to go to usual coffee, and then they made off with their ambulance. We literally turned away for less than a second. Sure. Okay. Kachi, Griffith, go ahead and make things right. You two are the consummate professionals, and Kachi is my snitch. So, Jason Pruitt has lost consciousness, and he's shaking and convulsing on the ground. There's foam coming out of his mouth. This is the assault in the Transformer about. Keep his head elevated. His airway clear. Call the ambulance. Call the exorcist. Let's call an ambulance. The homeless man is still hiding in the transformer structure. The entrance is smeared with blood. Knock on the door and step into one side. Shoot the fuse out with your sidearm on the side. Open the door and order the man to exit the substation. Let's go ahead and do that. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Excellent work, folks. We will get through today. We'll seriously have to look at the... It's Cleanliness Day in Freeburg, which will be widely covered by the TV and the media. 3 employees from the city service, including police, should come out to help clean up. Let's go ahead and send Austin, Donut, and Yancey, I guess. Let's just go ahead and get that done. Let's go to the police station one more time. How many people we got on shift? Shift A and Shift B have come on. I guess, okay, so let's see here. So, we got those guys coming in, and then we got 2 new people. Might end up transferring. This is more solid, there are just less of them. So, might send Robbins and move him to Shift A. He'll have to work double days, but we'll get that ironed out. Carjacking report. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Good stuff. Knew I could depend on those 2. They've been our rock, especially Kachi and Griffith have been just like the rock of Shift B. I don't know if they were originally on Shift B, but basically they've been holding down the fort. And it really just shows that when you got your back against the wall, your professionals are the ones that get you through it. Massive fight at the dump. About a dozen homeless people were shifting through a landfill for valuables, came across a case with a combination lock. Deciding how to split the contents, the group began to fight. A few of them have knives. An eyewitness called for the police and reports that some seem ready for a fight to the death. Before I forget, pick that up. Let's go ahead and assign some detectives to this case. We're going to assign Armstrong and Weaver. And then for this case, we're going to send... just have Mole on there for right now. Seems like we're just very lopsided in the detective department. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that's just because a couple of detectives took time off as well. Massive fight at the dump. Gonna go said Pongdana, I guess. I don't know anymore. And Robbins and the support wagon. Let's send Beard Cell as well. We don't want to take any chances. People are tired. They're going to need each other for support and backup and stuff like that. So we just got to be sure that we stay on top of the situation and send enough people to resolve this stuff, because it's our crew is a shambles right now. All right. Public indecency at the Beatbusters Dance Studio. Massive fight report. Good stuff. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. All in a day's work. Exotic dancer Marcia Gomez complained about a strange man in a raincoat. One of our rooms can be seen from the street. It's so we can attract customers. Customers, not perverts. This isn't the first time we chase this guy away. He comes all the time wearing a raincoat, no matter the weather. And it seems like he's touching himself. Look, this is a classy joint, okay? Let's send Griffith and Purdy. Maybe it'll require some humiliation. You might even like it. There are some sickos out there. What can I say? But you know, just gotta get on top of the situation. Attempted carjacking in a residential area. Gonna have people come back just in time for this one. Okay. The man is standing outside a window, pressing his nose against the glass, and touching himself under the coat. Join the guy. Grab the man by the arm and throw him in the patrol car. Sir, slowly fasten your pants and put your hands behind your head. I'm gonna go with that. Good stuff. Officer. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Excellent. Click on that just in time. Attempted carjacking. A woman called and complained about a car alarm. This expletive howling woke me up. I get up for work tomorrow. I looked out the window and saw a dark figure duck into the alley. I think someone's trying to steal a car. Maybe a false alarm, but we will send Kachi and Beardcell just to be sure. Long, long day. Day 60. Fight at the King Louis nightclub. The bouncer at the nightclub refused entrance to 5 lowlifes, hinting that flip-flops and sweatpants will chase off the women. The lowlifes got angry and decided they'd teach the bouncer some manners. A fight ensued. Ponganga, Ozaki, Robbins, get out there and make a difference. Griffith and Purdy are back just in case that situation goes sour. Drug sales report. We got new frames. Okay. The leads on these are for tomorrow. I got 2 new frames for that. So we will, the leads will pick those up tomorrow. Attempted carjacking report. No one's trying to steal cars. The vehicle security system is too sensitive and reacts to even the slightest noise. Which we kind of figured was, you know, maybe the case, but we can't be too careful at the moment. Report from the fight. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. All in a day's work. And we are at the end of the day, mercifully. We'll go ahead and take a look. Yeah, Padanga's exhausted. Austin's exhausted. Donut's exhausted. We are just going to have to give them the day off next time. Coming up on Shift A, people seem to be in better spirits. Not nearly as exhausted as they were before. Yourselves are going to Shift A. Okay, so Robbins is coming back on. I guess we might have to transfer people over to Shift B just to when they come back. Well, let's see. They'll actually have the day off, so we'll have to see how that pans out. Anyways, that is it for now. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been that Catholic Gamer Dude playing This Is the Police. A hectic couple of days here, but I think we're pulling things back from the brink, and we'll see what we can do. Robbins looks very tired. Look at those eyes. They're like bloodshot. The poor guy. He's just like, I'm pretty sure he was one of our either new hires. Is he one of our new hires? I can't tell. Anyways, he just looks like he's just been run over by a truck. So we will have to see what comes up next. That is Shift A coming on. It's pretty stacked. So we will probably have to reshuffle some things again. I haven't still quite figured out some of this interface stuff. Beardcell is on Shift A's or something or other. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what happened. So Shift A is going to be pretty loaded for Bear. I think what happened, I'm sorry I keep talking, but Beardcell actually belongs to Shift A. He just came over for Shift B because I think I misclicked. But we'll go ahead and resolve that. So anyways, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.